Hello, hope all is well. Welcome to a little game that I play every now and then. It's pretty cute, pretty cool even. Let's just get straight to it. This person looks like they're called Cotton because of the cotton candy / candy floss hair. Right, so how the game works is you have attacks and defenses, accuracy, dodge, you know, the usual setups. It's turn-based, where the turn is based on your speed. So we just walk forward and we attack things. And that's the entire game. Moving forward. So, literally we can attack, we can use coins to run away from a fight, not that we have any at the moment, or you can just escape. It's always worth it in the early fights to actually fight. So, what else I can do is I can disband a couple of guns I just got to get a higher level of item. What's nice is that in the very beginning of the game, there's no deficit in your points vis-a-vis. If you put 2 points in, you get level 2 out. As you go further through, this starts to depreciate, but at the very beginning of the game you can actually just immediately roll for slightly better items after fight 1. So what I'm looking for is a better sword. This might take a few. If I don't get it, then I'll settle, but I'd rather not settle. I quite like the rose for the big amount of crit. Crit's fun. Yeah, here we go. So I can select to swap the sword. So now I deal slightly more damage. And that change in damage was enough to allow me to one-shot instead of two-shot. So now I'm back up to 2 points. I'm going to do the same again to replace another item. Let's have 2 regular swords. Now I'm going to replace the swords with anything, you know, within reason. So I can press and hold the equipment's item to check the stats versus what I have highlighted. So it's quite a neat system. Let's just put on the level 2 shorts. I'll keep the level 1 shorts, because although I can roll everything to get higher items, I can also sell stuff. So from here, I've got a couple level 2s, we're off the ground, so I can just start to work on getting items ready to sell. Food, for instance, as well, has a use effect, so not only is it health points, but they give you something else. So you can see watermelon gives physical attack extra, fragrant chicken gets magical attack plus 1 extra. So you can see I am both accurate and I'm fairly good at dodging at the moment. So this should be quite a simple set of fights for the moment. Food not only gives you stuff when you consume it, but it gives you stuff when it's in slot, which is why at the moment it's there. I can take it all out, but to be honest, watermelons early game give you dodge. So that's kind of nice. Excuse me, I just had to mute myself. I'm not feeling very well. You could probably tell from my voice. I thought to myself, this would be worth having a chill recording session of something or other. So I chose something that's easy, fun, and convenient. So the more money we have, the more we can pick up bonuses later. I tend to go about to about 500-600 here. And eat whatever foods I have to bring my health back up. Because the money will be used soon to gain additional benefits that are permanent for the rest of the run. So in that regard, I'd rather... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong item. I was wondering why the dodge was so much higher, but it's not. Yeah, the ones I'm currently wearing are better. So I think next day, every time you press on fourth, it goes to a next day. I think this next one's a shop. It better be a shop. Because I kind of want to sell all this now. Perfect. So I can sell all this. Which as you can see is much longer. As nice as having all the dodge is, I think I might have to... You know what, let's buy the wife beater vest. Stick that on there for now, because that equates the same amount of dodge and also gives defenses. I tend to find with this game, some of the best ways to sort of counter things is to try and match your defense to their overall damage. This one's going to be a little sketchy, but nothing that can't be handled. Unfortunately, just with my bad luck of finding food, I am going to have to consume several of my beginning pills, which are referred to as life extending machines. So as you can see, these guys got very high evasion, but mine's currently higher, so they lose. I'm going to swap the... There we go. More defenses. That's good. And then what I can do, if I was to give up 22 accuracy, I can increase my defenses further, but I quite like the swords as I have them. So let's move on. This is why I saved up money. Day 14 is a wishing pond. Everything's 300 here. Next time we see a wishing pond, it'll be day 28, and everything will be 400 each of the nodes. So this kind of it scales up with the duration of the game. So the soap actually gives both physical attack and accuracy. So I think I'd rather do this. Sure, the Watermelon also gives physical accuracy, but I mean, physical attack and whatever, but I kind of want the food. So now I can just chip away. And that's another fairly easy win. In this game I tend to prioritize physical attack over magical attack. More enemies than not have big physical defense. It's just a bias the game seems to have. I'll keep the money about there, so I can buy at least 2 of the Wishing Well buffs. So the whole game, as I say, is like a little race of you against the enemy. So as long as if I can take none or minimal damage, I can sustain myself through fights. It's also worth keeping some items for being able to respec your defenses according to the enemy. However, right now that sounds like a lot of work and I can't be bothered, so let's just sell everything. And then there's nothing here that can be replaced. So let's move forward. So just to show this off, at the beginning of the game I started to craft items for level 2s. Now, It takes 10 smelting points and it will make a level 4 or 5 item. Or 20 will make the next tier up. So it actually becomes detrimental to sacrifice a lot of items for the purpose of not fast here. This is okay. There's some fights where you just take more damage than you deal. It's annoying, but it can be countered by keeping items. The thing I haven't been doing. Yeah, this guy, let's ignore his name. Let's just move on. I think I'm going to remove the vest there and put the flower on. This might be a loss. And when I say it might be a loss, I mean get wrecked. Perfect. I'll start stockpiling some items properly now. So as we have 2,000 gold, I can pick up everything here. So again, I'm just gonna respec my stuff. So you can see I have a lot more physical defense than I just did a moment ago because I've swapped around some items. So I'll take 30 damage every hit. I have no choice. So let's do one more for now. Replay. Let's click this button 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, he looks like it, so I'm running it. Okay. So once again, we start with the same items as before. You tend to be able to dodge in the first couple fights. Just everything. Let's immediately begin by just having a cheap little wand in. I'm not gonna swap around the items at the beginning this time. For no other reason than I don't want to. So again, they've got low accuracy, I've got high dodge. I should be dodging a bit more than this, but I think because I swapped a couple items out, the game's sort of gone, hey, wait a minute. Oh well. More money. So the difference in attacks comes down to the combination of both physical and magical attack. It's not like the game chooses which one you attack with, it's both. So let's get this in here. So you see, because I've got 19 magical attack, I deal 11 damage from there. And because I've got 40 attack to their 11 defense, that's 29 delta. That's why I'm attacking for 40 total. That's literally as complicated as it gets. You know what? Let's replace this wand. I prefer to keep my damage all as one type. And for now, as I've mentioned, physical seems fairly fitting. This is just the most basic mode of the game. There is a game mode where you can have, it's called Limit Unleashed. You can literally just have as much of a dodge value as you want, and it's not capped at 50% dodge chance. The game literally goes, ha, whoa, you can make yourself super dodgy. I don't mean in the sense of suspicious either. Let's get some random items in so that I can get my health back up slightly. So again, because my accuracy is high and my dodge is fairly good, I'm both able to take out the fish and not take as many shots of it as it wants to. It's also worth me not selling the food and just consuming it, just for the benefits that you get from eating the food actually just do eventually stack up to being worthwhile. So let's remove the vest there. I'll keep a hold of this watermelon. And then, once again, this is fairly early on, I can just sell all this up because all these items are fairly cruddy. Let's replace the dagger though. Very nice. So it leaves me with enough to get all 3 bonuses. As long as I don't use god coins to bribe a fight out, which I have no plans to. Let's just take this fight as it comes. This might deal a lot of damage to me, or... yeah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, or I'll dodge everything, but take 1 hit. That's fine by me. That feels fair. I could have equipped the pink vest and the rose to up my physical defense, but to be honest, this setup's not doing too bad at the moment. Let's kill the baby bear in 1 hit. Seems fair to me. And then, as much as I like the accuracy, I think it seems worth it to make my dodge even better. No, actually, let's not do that. Because, again, I'm in adventure mode, so it caps my dodge chance to 50. If I was in Limits Unleashed or whatever, I would put on both the dodge daggers for fun. Jeez, this spinning top really likes to hit me. It's not like I should be dodging at all or anything. With my over the odds dodge value. There we go. It would be prudent of me to keep the level 1 sword when there's a level 4 sitting right there. I'll also replace the level 1 with the level 4 vest in that slot. I don't like taking much of the health for money here, but I feel this time it would be worth it. Very nice. Ian. I'm just going to say that 3 is better than 4, I'm not even going to look at the stats. No, I'm going to keep this as it is currently. I do want to replace the... oops, wrong one. That's fine, I'll just do this. So now if I get hit it'll be 1 damage, or if it's a crit it'll be 2 damage. But it doesn't matter because it died in 1 hit. There's a lot of items here that I'll keep, and there's quite a few I'll sell, I think. So, I can buy the additional sword and replace out the dagger. For now, I'd like to keep some both physical and magical items so I can balance this out. But let's get rid of, say, something like... I'll get rid of the weapons, they're fine. Get rid of the vest. Get rid of the rose. So I buy this, I've still got enough to have all of the buffs. 39. Yeah, he dealt the funny number damage to me, but I dealt far more back. Get out of here. Actually, yeah, I'd rather have the spare stats in defences rather than the extra 2 dodge, if I'm honest. So this is why I needed to keep all of my magical defense. So now I take a lot less damage. Let's try that. I mean, it's worth it for the 1-hit kill, which I didn't even notice. If I'm being transparent, I didn't even realise it was going to be a 1-hit kill. I like to keep my food items on the top row. So now I can swap back into priority of physical defense, of which, if I'm honest, I don't even have a lot of that right now, which is unfortunate. But let's get rid of the soap for now. 79 to 113. It's not much of a difference, but a couple extra points. I think I'll take the crit here, slash extra physical defense. So I deal less damage, but I also take far less. Again, plans to prioritize defense over offense. As long as I can hit some numbers and not be hit back, that tends to be worthwhile. So again, pick up all the modifiers here. They question mark them out so you can't know what you're in for, just to make it interesting. But if you've got all of them, it doesn't matter because you're not missing out on anything. However, it tends to be at this level where I tend to start not getting all the fountain benefits. So, we're taking 20 a hit if he hits me, which I have no more dodge, really. So, he should be hitting me back for a lot. That's fine, because I can apparently just be given a real good apple. Thank you. Take those. This is where I feel that the health of money is a fall off. I tend to value my health for that now. So again, they have a high dodge, but I've got a high accuracy. I can finally get rid of them horrible damn level 1 shoes. Been waiting for some plain shoes to get rid of the other ones. This will be dying 4 hits. 3 crits. How lucky for you, huh? It's not even worth me selling these. There we go. Rather take everything. Let's... If it's not level 6... If it's not level 5? If it's not level 5, or an extra bit of magical defense, then it's going. This needs to stay, this needs to stay, this can go. Keep this around for just in case. This can go, this can go. Then I'm actually going to take the blue rose. So the blue rose gives the same kind of stats as the regular rose, but it tends to do it with higher numbers. And it's difficult for me to show it off when I've got a level 8 versus a level 5, but for the most part the rarer looking items with discolorations are the ones that tend to give more. So this fight, I take no damage throughout, but I can't win. Unless I crit randomly twice, but it has a 108 crit chance. I don't want to spend coins, so I'm just going to let the fight play out. However, I believe that the damage fall off means that I'll start to not be able to take some fights. Okay, this is why I was saying about keeping the items, because once again I'll swap everything back over. And now I almost fully block. They have the same magical defense. Okay, something like that. It's not everything, but it's most of it. Some enemies you just can't fully block. Then I'll go back to putting on the physical defense. It may look or feel a little tedious for me to be permanently changing it up, but it does make a difference when it comes to whether or not you win or lose. So it is worthwhile. So now I'm 40 defense over, if possible, which it's currently not. I would then start to reduce my defense to start speccing into higher damage. But I currently don't have the items to do so. So this is as good as we're getting. Very nice. I can just shimmy this down. And then, perfect. More bonuses. We'll just take them all. So, this is an enemy that focuses on magic attack. So once again, I'll swap the build around. Magical defense 19. That needs to go there. This. And this. That's 133. I can squeeze out a tiny more. So now I'm fully blocking. So even if I can't kill, I can at least make it that I don't take any damage. Can I replace the sword for extra? Yes. Let's get rid of the level 4 sword. I think now's the time. I've still got over 50 accuracy, which as a stat is a pretty nice value range to have. So, and the game blesses me with a level 7 sword afterwards anyway. So I would lose 4 accuracy but gain extra physical attack, or I can reduce what I've got slightly to increase my accuracy more. I like that. That's good. So now this Vinegar bottle will just have to die. There we go. I didn't have anything to counter it necessarily, which is fine. Again, I'm ignoring the health here. I've got to even double look at the items, but you know, it's fine. Okay, let's not die to a crit. Perfect. I mean, not there was a high chance for a crit there, but I didn't want it to be the case. Plus 110, I'll leave the apple because there's a couple extra hit points I can gain. And I'll eat the bread. Perfect. Shop? No. However, once again, this is a physical dealing enemy. As you can see, its physical armor is very low, so I don't even have to worry. This is why I prefer physical damage as well, because there's a lot of enemies in the game that don't have a high physical defense. So I need to bring this in. The boots need to be swapped. And that's me taking 25-ish damage. Nope. 35 damage. 34. If we're going to be absolutely pedantic. Physical defense was 20. I don't think that's worth it right now. So a lot of these slots are pre-made. So these have to be weapons. These have to be trousers. These have to be shirt. These have to be boots. But these three can be anything other than weapons. Which is why you've seen me be able to equip extra pairs of trousers and stuff. Let's say that the level 3 vest is no longer worth it. And just pick all this up. So once again, my Spidey senses are tingling. That I need to have minimum level 7 items, I think, now. And I'm going to be a little more militant on that because I need the space. I said level 7. So keeping something like that for any bad situations is fine. I'm also going to replace the vest. And then I'll take... Let's take something else. I'll take this. And then we sally forth. Oh, I could have sold these pair of jeans. That's fine. So that's a lot of magical damage. I am glad I decided to pick up a magical damage item, a magical defense item. Very handy. And we'll get rid of these. 175. This isn't really good enough, but let's give it a shot. Yeah, this is nowhere near good enough. I mean, day 40 is not a bad day to go out. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope I dodge. Nope. That's fine. So there we go. The Adventurer's Backpack has got a few other modes as well. I quite like Limits Released. Limits Released is fun, because again, this is crit and dodge rates removed. So you can just permanently crit or permanently dodge. It's fun to mess around with. But for the most part, most of the other ones I'm not a big fan of. But it's a good game. So anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.